Good afternoon, everybody. It's lovely to see you all here. It's a bit of a new one for me, this, so please forgive me. It's a privilege to be here today in front of all of you guys and in front of these 9 people as well. We're all fighting for the same cause, essentially, is to have a more sustainable future, and we're all doing it in our own way, which is great. So at the end of the night, we're going to have a lovely evening talking about how we can be better at sustainability as businesses. But for me, I want to talk to you about the intangible, the things that you can't touch, the things that you can't necessarily see, but they're having a very real impact on the world. So despite the format of the debate, we all have the same goal, etc. Sustainability isn't just a land-based issue. It's happening in the vast digital space that we call the cloud. It happens in the digital infrastructure that underpins your businesses. It's every click, it's every scroll, it's every like, it's every swipe, it's every DM that you slide into on a Friday night. It all plays part of a much wider problem. I bet more than 80% of your revenue in this room comes from some form of online interaction, whether that be a third-party vendor, an OTA, whether it's done through your direct website. You will have made a booking through a digital platform. I also bet that the other 20% of your bookings that are made through some form of a digital interaction. Whether they've walked in, whether they've picked up the phone, it's probably a VoIP system, it's probably a payment that they've made, it's something somewhere online that's been entered into a digital system. This means that every single customer within your business's hospitality at some point has been through a digital infrastructure. What many people don't realise is that the digital world is intangible. That seemingly infinite space that exists, that we call the cloud, has a very real impact. The servers that power your website and the systems and the places that your data resides, all that lives in big data farms, in big data centres all around the world. I see hotels with sustainability policies, pages, archives, awards, and these amazing things that they're doing, but they ignore the biggest revenue generating tool, their websites and their systems. This website and your website and all the booking systems and table reservation software and spa booking portals, online payment gateways, all of which rely on an enormous amount of electricity. Every single day, thousands of visitors come to your website, and each one of them is unknowingly part of a wider problem. To put that in numbers, since the pandemic, the hospitality has been recognised as the fastest evolving industry. I'm sure most of you in this room will have been involved in a project about contactless check-in, about reducing the amount of people, reducing the amount of contact that we have with customers, etc. And hospitality is at the forefront of shifting trend. Your continued efforts to stand out from the crowd and build a digital brand mean that you're having a new website every 3 years on average. As a result of your forward-thinking nature, the demand on the internet has increased 42% since 2019, and that's nothing compared to the 600% increase since 2010. Digital infrastructure accounts for 3% of the global electricity consumption in the world and 3% of the carbon emissions. To put that in perspective, that's comparable to airlines. So your websites are consuming as much carbon emissions as airlines are. And that's not even the scary statistic. We're on track to exceed 14% of global carbon emissions by 2040. Let that sink in for a second. That means that 14% of the power consumed in the world is by your website right now. As technology advances, changing the amount of electricity consumed is difficult. We are doing things, of course, but the long-term challenge is that's the long-term challenge. The immediate fix is, how do we get you into a more sustainable infrastructure to manage the businesses that you've got? To combat this issue, my agency has 100% renewable energy infrastructure. That means that websites for hospitality are powered by the wind, sun and sea, a fully sustainable source. This simple switch to clean energy and a sustainable digital provider with an optimized website for efficiency can have a ripple effect that touches millions around the world. From the guests who book your rooms into your hotel room and the team members who run your day-to-day operations. It's a step forward that's not just good for your brand, it's necessary for the future. And as consumers become more eco-conscious, they're looking for businesses that reflect their values. Your digital presence should mirror the sustainability you implement in the physical world. It's about consistency and integrity. So when you consider today's debate with these amazing people, I want to leave you with a thought. Each one of the panellists here today represents an area of sustainability that is undoubtedly important, and we're all trying to solve a wider problem. But look past the tangible, start looking at the intangibles. Every hotel that you run and every service that you offer can be aligned with a greener digital world. Ask more from your digital providers going forward. Thank you very much.